Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab where I do what I do for you. I'm out here conceptualizing and theorizing. I got a concept, but this came up with again. Yeah, I spent a lot of time out here. But it's all about alchemy. If you know what an alchemist is, he takes something of less or no value and makes it valuable. The lesson about today. Self mastery is being a mental and spiritual alchemist. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Rightism 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's always a message in my stories. For life, I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we go with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them, don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my God, be true. No book today. We about to do it my way. I'm about to have some fun. This is a concept I came up with playing around. Let me see what you think about it. Right thinkers, P Funk's philosophy says self mastery is the goal for all right thinkers, but it is being being a mental and spiritual alchemist. Meaning you have to change your mentality, you have to change your spirituality. How about that? Let me see how I can help you with that. That's what this is all about, this lesson. God is the ultimate alchemist. Yeah. He took all this was nothing. Just just nothing. He made it something. Universe, we call it now. Okay, that's the concept. So I give him the credit for being the ultimate alchemist. If you can understand and comprehend my concept, then you're good. If not, that's not my problem. All right, let's go. He made something, the universe, the world, from nothing. The noon, it was just there, just there. Anything could be possible. Anything could happen. Yeah, but it was just there. He created from, remember the thought, the idea, that's put up. I gave you that lesson. All right, that's why I came up with the concept from being mental and spiritual alchemy. Change it from your mental and your spiritual. Now, man made in God's image, meaning what? We can create from our thoughts. We can manifest from our words. We can make things happen. We can change things from one thing to another. See where we're going with this? Keep up. Come on now. So we made an image of God that gives us the ability to change things, even ourselves. That's the best alchemist you can become. Why? We're born ignorant. Our job is to become enlightened before we die. Some of us don't do that. They like what they're doing here, and they get caught up in that. They free will, your choice, and you got to live with the choices that you make. That's all. We teach our children. You do good in school, bring home a good grade, gonna put up on the refrigerator. We're gonna award you, reward you, and all that. But you don't. Anybody ever hung up a F paper on the damn refrigerator? We don't recognize bad. That's why. That's why in the Maya philosophy, her opposite is Itfit. He represents chaos. He gets no burn. Why? She supersedes him. Good should dominate bad. Light should dominate dark. And it do what when it's doing its time right now. But night got to get his due too. And that's when he got to deal with that there. But it's all about the changing and understanding. Everything changes. The only thing don't change is the truth. Okay, let's go. Mentally, if you're ignorant, and that means not to know. Don't mean stupid or dumb. Please, people, we take words that we don't know the definition of, and wait, we make the definition for ourselves. No, the definition of ignorant means not to know. That's it. You're going to call somebody dumb, stupid, you can call them that, but ignorant ain't calling them that. They may take it that way, again, because of their ignorance of the definition of the word, but that's the issue. So mentally, if you're ignorant, meaning you don't know yourself, you have to what? Acquire what? The opposite of ignorant is knowledge. You get self-knowledge. That's alchemy. Taking an ignorant person and enlightening him. Hello? Taking lead, making it gold. Masons, we take a ashlar, rough ashlar, nothing going on, shine up, polish it up, give it some light and purpose. It shines like new money. That's the whole idea of alchemy, to change something from one thing to another. Spiritual ignorance, a little different than mental. So you can change with what? Spiritual knowledge. Again, spiritual disciplines laid out before the two confessing my I got to hit y'all with that again. I guess I come up with that in the book. So again, knowledge. Knowledge and more knowledge that you can acquire, the better you got the equipment to what? To manifest, to become an alchemist, to change things. What? With knowledge. Okay? Self-knowledge help you change. Mental alchemy is you going from being ignorant, and we're all born ignorant. Some of us die still ignorant. Okay? But you learn and you come what? You get enlightenment. Okay? It's all mental. Knowledge and understanding the way what you think and how you think is who you are. He thought his way was the way to go, and he lived that way. That was his choice. Okay? We all are born mentally ignorant. And I'm studying all the time. Some people say that we have to remember who we are, not know who we are. I said, but if we don't have knowledge, obtaining knowledge can trigger the memory to, remember, I got that, I understand, but that, my understanding is you need to obtain knowledge for yourself. Now, if I obtain the knowledge and I tap into the Akashic records where all knowledge is there, okay, I have access, but I don't have access to that if I don't obtain knowledge. So it starts with that. And that's how you change from ignorant to enlightenment about yourself. I obtain knowledge. You got religion, you got all kinds of people who want to try to, sway you and enlighten you and teach you what you need to know about life. But we all have the power of alchemy. That means the ability to change from not too good to better, from low to higher. That's change. That's alchemy. I call it spiritual alchemy. Going from your ego self to your higher self. That's spiritual alchemy. And changing the way you think from wrong to right. Hustling was wrong. Following that guy was wrong. Simple as that. Simple. Facts. No. Doing what I'm doing now is right. Big difference. My mom would tell you that. Okay? That guy, she had to go visit in prison. This guy, she don't know what the hell I do. Just know, she said, he talk about God all the time. She's in the senior citizen building, so when they talk about their kids, she said, well, I got one. He just talk about, the guy with the hat side? Yeah, that's the one. I'm sorry, but my mom is funny. All right. But I've been an alchemist all my life, okay? I'm about to break that down for you right quick. I'm slowly down memory lane right now. Roll with me, all right? I was an alchemist. Why? I used to change drugs into cash. That's alchemy. I don't care what I had to buy a ton of them drugs, and it changed into a bunch of money. Okay, that's the philosophy that I had when I was hustling. He had the concept, I had my concept. Okay, he was the old head, I was the up and coming. I thought mine was better than his anyway. So I put my wit up against anybody. He taught me to be a thinker. So when it comes to thinking, I put up against anybody. Hold on. Yeah, excuse me. Remember, alchemy as a Mason is transforming something from one thing to another. You can do it with anything symbolically, but it's more importantly, do it with yourself. Okay, I was an alchemist, changing drugs into cash. All right, still today, I'm still alchemizing, but it's just not drugs. I'm still turning stuff from one thing to another, a philosophy, a concept, into something that somebody can use and help them change their life. I changed myself, again, with this philosophy. So I know about changing from one thing to another, from yourself perspective. My mindset, change the way I think, how I live, change the things that I do. Why? To change your life, you got to stop doing the thing that wasn't good and do the thing that you think is right. And when you practice that, you'll get better at it. Hence self-mastery. It took me years. But you can be your own alchemist. Why? Transforming you from the person you are now that you don't think is good, make yourself better. But practicing a philosophy that gives you what? Nobility, self-respect, integrity. That's what Right Thinking Philosophy institutes within you. And also just get busy changing what's wrong in you and make it right by you. Simple as that. I got a buddy. He obsessed me, really obsessed me. I've been rolling with him all his life. And he's been doing the same thing all his life. I know a few people like that. They still living in the past. If you got a vivid memory of your past, that's not good. I mean, you're doing too much rolling down memory lane. My memory is foggy at best. Why? I don't spend much time in it. That's why. I spend more time into my imagination in my moment. How about that? Do you? So you can be your own alchemist. Also, just get busy doing the things that you think you need to do for you. Stop talking about it. And like my man said, be about it. That's all. And spiritual alchemy is you becoming, practicing spiritual disciplines, holding yourself accountable to be a better you. Obviously, you haven't tried that, so this is another form of another form of alchemy for yourself. Spiritual alchemy is going from spiritual ignorance, okay, of self to have spiritual enlightenment, learning yourself by what? Practicing spiritual disciplines and bettering yourself. And when you reach spiritual enlightenment, now you have become what? A alchemist of yourself. See where we're going with this? When you change yourself, we're all born, again, y'all call it what? Spiritual enlightenment. Some people call it born again and rebirth or spiritual enlightenment, okay? These are all both spiritual alchemist concepts. You're changing from one thing to another. And religions are supposed to perform spiritual alchemy, if done correct and understood right. But we so far from that. That's the least. Can't rely on that. Why? It ain't working. We're the Christians. There's more Christians on the earth than anybody else. With the state of religions, and I wouldn't brag about that. Okay, so stop. We got more. Okay, you got more dumb people than everybody else. So what? Everybody believes a lie. What happens when the truth comes and that lie that everybody so hell-bent on believing be spelled, put that, y'all gonna freak out. Y'all lose your mind. Why? Because I believe. It was a lie. Get over it. Like a dream. And your dream is real. You dream you're rich, you got everything you want. Wake up, you saying poor broke nigga you was when you went to sleep. But the dream was good. Stop with the dream. That's all it is. It's not real. Deal with what's real. And again, that's alchemy, transforming oneself. Right thinking philosophy is the spiritual alchemy. That is what changed me. I give it to you because that's what I use. What he taught me, I didn't teach my son. No. Why is that? See that guy? That's why. Moving on. I got that guy. Okay, see the picture there? This is him outside. But this is what he thinks of himself as an Egyptian. That's what I want for my grandkids, and that's what I gave to my son. And I'm seeing another generation of what? Good men. Okay? Right thinkers. We are spiritual alchemists of ourselves because we make the change for ourselves by what? The daily practice of the lessons that I give you and the discipline that you hold yourself accountable for will do that for you. That's how you change. Knowing thyself. That's the goal. That's right things are spiritual because your change is going to be mentally and spiritually. They go together. Yeah. The mental part is this. The spiritual part is this. Heart, mind, coherence. That's where God dwells. Knowing thyself. Knowing your higher self. Being conscious of who you are. That's mastering what? Your spiritual and your mental self. AKA to order to know thyself. It's a spirit and mental thing. Heart, mind. Mental alchemy is gaining spiritual knowledge, to practice the spiritual disciplines in order for you to reach self-mastery. That's what did it for me. Practice what you learn, put it to use, and things will change. Right thinking is mental alchemy. Why? Because I'm giving you things to think right, lead you to self-mastery. You have to think right in order to what? Act and talk right. Thought comes first. The idea is right thinking. But right thinking is all mental. Right thinking and feeling is heart. Spirit comes from the heart. The mental part comes from the brain. Together, that's how you reach the next level, by using them both to create another person, a better spiritual and mental person. Religion is supposed to give you that. Right thinking does. Okay. Educate me, enlighten me, and hold me accountable to do what I need to do. And that's how you change. Trust me. Heart, mind, coherence, meaning they're working together as one. That's spiritual alchemy. It's spiritual and mental alchemy. Why? All together, that leads to self-mastery. You need both of them. Like the yin and the yang, you got to have both. All right. But in order to reach self-mastery, is the art of purifying your heart. What you mean? Performing selfless service. Doing something for somebody who needs it done, but you do it for them because it's the right thing to do without asking for anything in return. I give you the doer and the non-doer. The non-doer do it because it's right. The doer do it because they want something in return. Don't be a doer. But the art of changing oneself is a form of alchemy. Again, you're changing you because you think you need to be better, and that's the best change. Changing for the bad, I ain't never known that to be a good thing. But you change for the better. That's what I know. Okay. So, again, we tell you, we recognize good deeds. Your child come home report card. He got A's on one side and all S's on the other. As a parent, it makes you feel good. Why? These are things you prepare him for to go to school, and he's showing in class in school what you teach him at home. Again, when there's no home training, that makes the teacher's job a lot harder. That's the first thing. I was prepared to what? Come to school to learn. That's what I was taught at home. Moving on. These are things that we do in life. In order to change somebody, you have to get them rules, you got to set boundaries, and you got to hold them accountable. Spiritual, mental knowledge comes with discipline, self-discipline. When you go from spiritual ignorance, meaning you don't know yourself to that degree, to spiritual enlightenment, that's alchemy. Today, to know something, to find something out, to not know something, and to find something out, you just made a change from not knowing to knowing. No matter how simple or how small it may seem, insignificant it may seem, you get used to doing that, and that will be a program that you set for yourself. So alchemy is what? You having the ability to make a change. Some of us know on lower levels, make changes something from either no or low value to something of value. Get the concept? If we're Mason, we take a rough ashlar, that's a rock, this look like nothing. We take that rock, polish it up, shine it up, give it some luster, and make it a perfect ashlar. Now it's recognized by those who, yeah, you want to be recognized for how you live. At Mason, we don't solicit, we show. I ain't never asked nobody to join the order, Miss Honor. I ain't asked nobody to do nothing. Why? If you want to be like me, follow, come on. But I don't solicit, all right? But some things of high value that you should what? Maintain it. But that should be you and the standard that you hold for yourself. Learning, understanding, and living. Those are things that lead to self-mastery. I perform spiritual and mental alchemy myself when daily. I study, I learn, I acquire information, and I implement it. So I'm working on alchemy every day. What? On myself. That's why. And I live what? For the change. I love changing for the better. Okay? I ain't perfect yet, so I got much work to do. I'm proficient in my craft. But in life, I'm still busy learning. Trust me. You don't stop. They say you knowledge you gain from the cradle to the grave. So I'm constantly learning why I got to teach. As a teacher, I have to learn. So yeah, I'm living it. Last one, appreciate you tuning in. I got to go. I hear the bell. Self-alchemy. That's self-mastery to me. If you're going from Self-ignorance to self-mastery, like me, that's alchemy. Spiritual alchemy. Trust me. Hope you enjoy the lesson. More important, hope you practice it and become an alchemist for yourself and better yourself. That's my goal. All my right thinkers to what? Know thyself, aka master thyself. I'll be back with more, you know how we do. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I've never known that my right thinkers who understand self mastery as being a mental and spiritual alchemist passed away.